You're watching WJLA 24/7 News. Good Morning Washington. On your side.
7:10 right now, and Senate Republicans have introduced a resolution condemning the impeachment proceedings.
They've created a process in the Intel Committee that's behind closed doors, doesn't provide access to the president's accuser, shuts Republicans out for all practical purposes, and is an unworthy substitute for the way you need to do it.
And this after House Republicans stormed a secure hearing room this week, disrupting the proceedings for hours. We bring in our political insider right now, Armstrong Williams. Armstrong, a lot going on Capitol Hill this week for sure. So Republicans say that they oppose the hearings because they're going on behind closed doors. The Democrats are saying the Republicans are trying to disrupt the proceedings. So who's right?
You know, everything is about due process and transparency. And if you're investigating the President of the United States, and remember, we don't get to hear anything firsthand what the witnesses say. It's all distilled for us and given to certain press outlets and reporters, and they tell us and interpret it for us. If you're in the president's shoes, no matter what you may feel about the president and the allegations, the president's lawyers should have the right to cross-examine and listen to the testimony of these witnesses, because we've learned in a court of law, even in dealing with forensics, things are not what they always appear to be. And so if you have nothing to hide, and if you're talking about undoing the will of the people, this should be clearly in the public so the American people can come to the realization that these charges are real in the context of the cross-examination. So the president and the Senate is right. They're not questioning the charges against the president. They're questioning the process.
Well, we are hearing that that public hearings are going to start taking place in mid-November. How will that change things?
But how are you going to have public hearings when you will not even allow a full vote in the House by every member that this impeachment process is going forward? I don't know if you saw the details of the graphic that was on the screen. There are 137 Democrats who don't agree with this proceeding that the president should be impeached and that this should go forward. And the whistleblower that brought the evidence in the beginning, now they're saying he's being dismissed. He has no more value to the process, and they're not even being called. And then there was a second whistleblower, which we said right here on this set, that we did not think exists. You don't hear anything about it. It just changes every day. There's so much information. There's so many facts to keep up with. You need a process in place so the facts can be examined thoroughly and in fairness on both sides.
Let's talk about that explosive testimony from Bill Taylor at one of the hearings this week, where he did detail a quid pro quo, holding money back in response. Ukraine would have to investigate the Democrats. So now we're hearing there's a second person that's going to be testifying next week to back up Bill Taylor's testimony. How serious will this be for the president?
Melanie, from the Mueller investigation until the investigations of the past, hearsay may sound explosive, it may sound devastating, it may even sound damaging in America, but until it is cross-examined and until we hear it firsthand, where he's being cross-examined by his lawyers and the president's lawyers, to me, I think is suspect until the process is in full view. I go back to my standard. A person in this country is innocent until proven guilty. They've got to prove the facts.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Armstrong Williams, good to talk to you, and we'll have much more, I'm sure, next week to talk about.
And the Nationals.
Yeah, and you're going to the game tonight.
Got to go.
All right, the Nationals going to win?
Next two, it's over.
Next
Sweeping.
two, all right, they're sweeping. All right, you heard it here first, Armstrong Williams. So you can watch the Armstrong Williams Show. It airs every Saturday mornings on WJLA 24/7 News at 10:30. Now let's head over to Kristen. Who do you have out there with you, Kristen?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, coming up on Good Morning Washington, a very special treat. The Budweiser Clydesdales are in town. Find out where and when you can come see them.